So Rochdale's comeback away at Sutton in the National League the Saturday that's just gone could be huge in terms of the title race because it keeps them 3 points clear. And well, as they went behind at Sutton and was looking for a while like they were going to lose the game, it did very much feel like they might be, it might be slipping up. This might be the moment where they finally lose control of the title race in York, take over. But wasn't to be. They stepped up when it mattered and found the goals that they needed to win that match. And well, losing to Sutton, it could have really have been a damaging result, not just in terms of the one result, the losing the points on the day. It also could have really affected the confidence going into the rest of the season, seeing as Sutton have not had a very good season. And it was not a game that you'd expected Rochdale to slip up in. However, every game at this stage of the season, when the pressure's on you, is a potential problem. But yeah, really impressive comeback, really important comeback as well. To get the equaliser, then to go on and get the winner in stoppage time could be massive. I mean, you can see from the celebrations and the players and the fans what it meant to them. They know how important that one could be. So it is now in a position with 5 games left of this season. Some teams have got games in hand, the majority of teams have got 5 games left. Rochdale and York included in that. Rochdale keep themselves 3 points clear. York are 3 behind and do have the better goal difference. In theory, it's still in their hands as well. If they go to, if all of them, both of them win the remaining 5 games, or the remaining 4 up to that final day, going into the final day, York could win at Rochdale, which would win them the league on goal difference. But you very much would rather be in Rochdale's position, having the 3-point gap, and all they need to do on the final day, if that is the scenario, is to get the draw, hold out for the draw, which can be dangerous to play for the draw. You'd think they would have to go for the win, but you would rather be in that position. York could have it all to do on the final day, and going away from home, if they was at home, could be a bit of a different story. You'd probably think they'd be favourites for the match then, but it's crazy to think that there could be a world in which one of these two doesn't reach the Football League next season, if they were to lose out in the playoffs, because although they would be strong favourites for the playoffs, whoever does end in second place out of York and Rochdale, there's going to be some tricky teams in the playoffs. There's some big clubs going into that we've seen put in performances against these sides this season as well, and there's a big result in the playoff race as well this weekend. Scunthorpe's come back against Halifax was massive as well. Halifax getting the win there was looking like it could be massive in trying to keep themselves in front of Southend or trying to catch Forest Green, having played more fixtures than Southend. We've always thought that was going to be tough to try and get in ahead of them, but a win against Scunthorpe would have been massive, but that was really potentially damaging result for Halifax in terms of their playoff hopes. Big win for Scunthorpe as well. They'll be in there now in the playoffs. And well, it does very much feel like the only team that could really get in there now. So we see Hartlepool they haven't given up, but it's going to be difficult. And Halifax as well have kept going. I mean, when they have played the extra games, it was always going to be a challenge. Those games in hand for Southend have and could continue to prove vital. But bottom of the National League as well was turned right around as well, because Gateshead looked dead and buried. They looked like they're going to survive now. 5-point gap between themselves in the relegation zone. Brackley have collapsed as well. Not really sure what's happened to them. The massive winless run has ended up with them being in the relegation zone when there's nowhere near it in the first half of the season. Truro look all but relegated. Morecambe and Braintree is looking bleak for as well. But Brackley not gone yet. It still could be a few twists down at the bottom as well. It'd only take one result really to significantly swing it in favour of anyone from that 21st position where Brackley are. Would only take one result to change the picture completely. So definitely worth keeping an eye on that as well. But the playoffs is taking shape now. There's a few positions still not quite certain. We don't know who will be facing who, but where the attention really is this incredible title race yet again. Much like Notts County and Wrexham. We've got and Stockport and Wrexham. Very, very sort of exciting title race in the National League, and two massive clubs for this level as well that would be keen to get back to the Football League, that have had time away from the Football League. York in particular have had a long time away from the Football League. It's about time we have these two back in the Football League, I think, and I do think there's a very good chance that they'll both be there next season. However, the playoffs does put that in some jeopardy, but that's what's going to make this so exciting. Whoever does finish second, it's going to have a lot of pressure on them going into the playoffs to get the job over the line. And well, it doesn't always go to plan. It didn't for York last season in that, so they'll very much want to avoid that again this season. But yeah, massive result, but in particular for Rochdale this week. That comeback was vital. They really needed that. They really need to do that, because if felt a defeat there, probably would have just about swung the title race in favour of York. But Rochdale still in control at this moment.